What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports back to you guys with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals impact players for the 2019 NFL season. So before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you love the NFL. I love NFL videos, NFL content daily. Also, make sure to hit the notification icon right next to the subscribe button on the right side of it so you're always alerted when I upload a new video. So let's get into it. So the Cincinnati Bengals, their impact players for the 2019 season. The first player I have on this list is wide receiver Tyler Boyd. Now, Tyler Boyd had a breakout year last season. He had 1,028 receiving yards, 76 receptions, and 7 touchdowns. And I had him on my fantasy roster. My favorite wide receiver, actually, my second best wide receiver behind Josh Gordon. And I was really surprised that Tyler Boyd didn't make it to the Pro Bowl last year. I thought he would have been a Pro Bowl selection for sure because he had a phenomenal season, a breakout year. And I'm expecting him to keep this production going on going in a year or two. I don't believe last season was a fluke. This guy is very good. And with AJ Green coming back fully healthy and AJ Green most likely going to be double teamed, Tyler Boyd has an opportunity to repeat his 2018 NFL season. The second wide receiver that I have on this list is wide receiver AJ Green. Now, AJ Green missed 9 games last season. He had 694 receiving yards, 46 receptions, and 6 touchdowns. And he didn't make it to the Pro Bowl for the first time in his career. Ever since he got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, AJ Green has been in the Pro Bowl every single year. He was battling with some injuries all last season. And this year, I think he's going to be back fully healthy. He should be back fully healthy. And now, Andy Dalton, he should be a little bit better now with Zach Taylor as the head coach. I think AJ Green is going to be in for a career year this year. New coaching staff, Andy Dalton should be better with an offensive-minded coach. And AJ Green, man, mark my words, is going to be in for a career-setting year. I think this is going to be the best season in his career that he's ever had. And I think he's going to be a very big part of the Cincinnati Bengals offense moving forward. Next up, we have halfback Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon last season lived up to everybody's expectations. Everybody had high expectations for Joe Mixon, and he lived up to those. He had 1,168 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, and he averaged 4.9 yards per carry. Joe Mixon, power, finesse, speed. The guy just has it all. And he's going to be a big part of this Cincinnati Bengals offense with Zach Taylor. It's going to be interesting to find out how Zach Taylor finds ways to get Joe Mixon the ball because this guy is very good. And I didn't think he would be that good this quickly. I didn't think he would have the season that he had last year. I thought he would be a little bit shy of 1,000 yards. I didn't think he was going to be that good. But Joe Mixon, ladies and gentlemen, is the truth. Next up on this list, we have quarterback Andy Dalton. Now, Andy Dalton missed 5 games. He had 2,566 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and completed 61.9% of his passes. Andy Dalton, man, before he got injured, was on his way to having one of the best seasons of his career. Now, I'm not saying he was on his way to having his best season of his career, but he was on his way to having one of his better seasons that he has had in a couple of years. And I mean, imagine if he never missed those 5 games. So he probably would have had 30 touchdowns and probably about 15, 16 interceptions, man. Andy Dalton, man, I have confidence going into Andy Dalton going into this 2019 NFL season. Now, I know he's an average quarterback, but, Zach Taylor coming from that Sean McVay coaching tree, man. We saw what Sean McVay did with quarterback Jared Goff. Maybe Zach Taylor, now as the head coach of Cincinnati Bengals, can do pretty much the same. And let's remember that Marvin Lewis was a defensive-minded coach, so his focus was mostly on the defense. Now we have, with an offensive guy like Zach Taylor, he's going to be able to fix Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton maybe might, like I said about AJ Green, Andy Dalton might have a very good year this year. It might be career setting. He might put up career highs and touchdowns or passing yards, but I'm expecting Andy Dalton to have a very good season this year for the Cincinnati Bengals. Next up on the defense side of the ball, I have defensive end Carlos Dunlap. Now, Carlos Dunlap last season had 47 tackles, 8 sacks, two forced fumbles, one fumble recovery, and 8 pass deflections. One of the most underrated defensive ends in all of the NFL, has been pretty solid throughout his career for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think he's going to have a pretty good season for the Cincinnati Bengals defense. And next up, I have another defensive end, Sam Hubbard. Now, Sam Hubbard, he didn't really get a lot of playing time. He was more of a rotational guy due to injuries. But Sam Hubbard, when he was playing, was very, very productive. Had 39 tackles, 6 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 pass deflections. So the Cincinnati Bengals, they absolutely have to find a way to get this guy on the field more, get this guy more reps, man, because this guy was very impressive. And you normally don't even see these kind of stats coming from a guy who didn't even start and was really a late guy. He didn't really start taking off until later on in the season. So the Cincinnati Bengals coaching staff on that defense side of the ball has to find a way to get Sam Hubbard on the field a lot more. I know they have a lot of depth at that defensive line position, excuse me, but they got to find ways to get Sam Hubbard on the field because this guy is very, very good. And I feel if he was a full-time starter on any other team this year, I feel he will have 12 sacks this year. I think that guy is just that good. Next up, we have defensive tackle Geno Atkins. Now, Geno Atkins isn't talked about a lot, but he should be because to me, he's the second best defensive tackle in all of the NFL behind Aaron Donald. This guy is very, very good, is very consistent, gets very good pass rush. Um, every single snap. Also very good at stopping the run as well. This guy, very good pass rusher, very good run stopper. He's just a complete package of what you want out of a defensive tackle. And like I said earlier, he is the second best defensive tackle in the NFL. Had 45 tackles, 10 sacks, man. You just don't see that kind of production, well, that sack production coming from that defensive tackle position nowadays in the NFL. Geno Atkins, man, is very, very underrated, and he will have a very good season for the Cincinnati Bengals. On to the secondary of the Cincinnati Bengals, we have safety Jesse Bates, who had a very, very good year last season. I mean, this guy was very good. He's one of my favorite safeties in the NFL. Had 111 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 7 pass deflections. I'm trying to figure out how this guy didn't get selected to the Pro Bowl. One of my favorite safeties in all of the NFL. Very, very good safety, and nobody even expected him to be that good, to be honest. So this guy is going to have a big season for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I believe he will because that secondary to me is still a little bit more questionable despite being the 10th best secondary in all of the NFL. I still feel, with all the injuries and stuff that they have, he's going to have a big year next year when it comes to that Cincinnati Bengals defense. I think he will end up being that best player in that secondary next year. And he better make the Pro Bowl next year because this guy is a beast. Next up, we have cornerback William Jackson. William Jackson had 41 tackles, 13 pass deflections. He had no interceptions, so I think that's going to change this year. Very good corner, very physical, very good man-to-man coverage corner, and I think he's going to have a big year for the Cincinnati Bengals as well. He's probably going to be one of the better corners on their team. They have some pretty good corners. They have Drake Patrick. They also have DeQuez Denard, who is also very solid as well, who had a down season last year. William Jackson had a very good year last year, and I'm expecting him to can keep that up. And I think this year he has a chance to make a lot of noise this year. And I think he's going to have some interceptions as well. I think he'll probably have about 3 or 2 interceptions as well. I think he's a very solid corner. And that's it for my impact players for the Cincinnati Bengals going into this season. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more NFL videos and content. Thanks for watching.